Okay, I've tried this before, but I wanted to try one more time. I'll try to make it short. I'm going to try to do a quick painting from our trip to Boston this past weekend. Earlier on Facebook, I wrote, I'll give you the backstory. If you've been following me for the past, let's say, about 2.5 years, after my liver transplant surgery, where I was the recipient, Dr. Gupta said, if you're willing to talk about this, go ahead and do something. So I've never really been big on social media, and I've learned, that you have to have, people always have some sort of gimmick that makes them look good. And I was like, I don't know what I have. So I came up with talking about the National Calendar Days. And then about a year ago, I researched on Twitter, X, or whatever they call it. If you're watching Elon, I'm sorry. And then I typed in National Calendar Days, just thinking maybe my stuff might show up. I didn't, but I did find this CEO up north, I think Minneapolis, I believe. I started following him, and he followed me back. But he also has a podcast where he talks about National Calendar Days. Now, his reasoning is because every day is a day to celebrate. For him, every day is, another day that he did not have before the surgery. And so I think that was kind of cool that, there's another guy out there that talks about National Calendar Days. See, I came up with the National Calendar Days because one time in recovery, I was overhearing my wife making the monthly newsletter. And I can't remember what National Calendar Day she talked about. But either I was, in so much pain and doped up on my medication or something. But I just started laughing hysterically. And so that was my way of walking around, making a little video of telling silly dad jokes about what you can celebrate today. And then every now and then I throw in a story about organ donation and the fact that maybe, as they say, I guess this is what they call an influencer. Maybe one day somebody will come up to Lee or I and say, I saw your stuff, and I'm thinking about donating to a complete stranger. Anyway, I'm going to cut to why I posted this verse on Facebook earlier. On our trip to Boston this weekend for my wife's birthday, we sat next to this gentleman, and I don't have problem talking to people one-on-one. My problem is talking in front of lots of people. I have a unique voice, so I kind of stumble over words, as you can probably tell. But I started talking to him, and my liver story came up, or our liver story came up. And then me making National Calendar Days came up. And, I said, it's because you need to learn to celebrate every day. Speaking of celebrating, I would like to let y'all know that today is National Taco Day. So if you haven't had dinner yet, maybe go ahead and grab you a taco. Anyway, so in the airplane, he paused me and said, well, I got something to share with you. And he was doing work because it was a business day for him. He pulled up his Outlook, I believe, or just a computer calendar, and he showed me the verse for 1 Thessalonians 5:16 through 18. Rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing. In everything give thanks. Now I did this just in pen. I figured if I'm working with water, the calligraphy pen would have just run. So this is just an experiment, and at this point y'all can stop watching, but I'm going to see. Like I said, we went to Boston to go see the fall colors, so I think you would definitely start with green. We went up there to see the fall colors. And we saw a few lighthouses. We saw the most famous one. And like I said, this is just an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. But it's just amazing all the colors we saw. We saw some pretty. Pretty yellows. I'm hoping also as this dries, the calligraphy, just a simple pen, because I'm liking almost this idea. Like I said, at this point y'all can leave the Facebook Live if anybody's even in here, and just let me play. But I'm liking how in the morning when I come back, this is very transparent. So maybe, just maybe, we'll see the verse coming through. So like I said, we saw lots of yellows. Too watery. Yeah, too watery. Like I said, this is just an experiment. Anyway, so he said that verse. It's kind of like almost what I'm doing right now. Just kind of think about what you're grateful for every day. So like I said, of course today's National Taco Day. So like I said, full circle, I go from talking about 1 Thessalonians 5:18 See what happens. 16. Yeah, maybe we'll just really make it just a nice forest. We saw a bunch of reds. I tell you, it's nice and pretty up there, on the fall colors. All the colors mixed in with the mixed in with the greenery. The reason I'm doing this lately is because I can't afford the medium that you really need to make it flow. So we had the reds. So there's my lighthouse still. I think we still need the greens that are still there, but because fall is coming, you barely see them. Even it has some nice bright yellows. I mixed that one up too much. Like I said, the lighthouse. With bright light from the lighthouse shining through still. This is just an experiment. I just want to see how I'm gonna really paint, go back to really sitting down but I'm really having fun lately with this fluid art technique. Just to really watch what happens. But yeah, Boston was fun. Fun trip. Just to see all the fall colors, all the tiny leaves. So as you're driving through the countryside on our way up to Maine to see the lighthouse, you see all the trees And then just the colors. The colors of all the leaves just mixed together. It looks like a watercolor painting. Trying to keep my lighthouse there. Let's have some rays from the lighthouse. I walked up a lighthouse, boy, it's bright. They're bright. They're real bright. And my verse is gonna go on. But like I said, maybe the transparency tomorrow morning when everything dries. I'll just let y'all go. If anybody wants to see this when it dries, go ahead and leave a comment.